You would probably assume that when a predator hunts for its prey, it would immediately kill it. But that's not the same for the biggest predators of African and Asian savanna. These hungry creatures love to play first with their food, teasing these scared little animals first before finally touring them in their stomach. But what do you think is the reason for the delay? Are big cats having some inner battles of predator instinct versus maternal empathy, or do they really just want to have fun? Welcome to Animals Wow TV. Let's get started. Who wouldn't be familiar with the movie Tom and Jerry? This is definitely a great example for the term game of cat and mouse. Originally, the idea of this phrase is how instead of killing and eating a mouse on the spot, our big furry creatures would love to fool around first with their toy. At some point, it even lets the mouse run away first, then catch it, and return to submission again. It seems like our big cat is enjoying the scene. Who wouldn't enjoy seeing someone having a spark of hope inside them? Then, when they thought everything is okay now, crush their dreams and destroy this tiny little hope that they got. Sounds very cruel. But the question is, are cats really being cruel just to have fun with their target? Or are there more sides to the story than what we know? Well, surprisingly, when it comes to our domestic cats, they're not really playing around with our tiny defenseless mouth just for the sake of laughter and fun. They're actually doing this to confuse and tire their prey until it reaches the point that killing it won't cause them any injury. Sure, they could just quickly surprise their prey by quickly biting it, but cats are not into boring, usual ways of hunting and eating their food. So, we've unlocked the secret behind all cats' eating habits. But this is not the end of the tunnel yet. What about those cats that are way bigger and scarier? Are they hunting their prey for the same reason and tactics? When big cats play with their food, is it because they really just want to have fun, or is it something way different? Well, obviously, having a meal in the middle of South African fields will not always be easy. So, when a baby calf, for example, gets separated from its mother and roams around the field alone, you know that a hungry lion has been seeing its victory. At any point, the lion would surely catch his dinner. How can you match the speed and agility of the king of the jungle? The lion seems to be enjoying the thrill. I mean, who wouldn't? It's the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. The tiny calf still does his best to escape from his attacker, throwing headbutts to the lion. But you know what'll happen. Or do we really know what'll happen? Well, expect the unexpected. As they say, because what happens next confuses even our onlookers and animal behaviorists alike. As the lion starts to gently paw at the calf, take note. It's pawing it almost affectionately, similar to the way a mother would take care of her offspring. It seems like the lion is less interested about eating the calf and more engaged in making a new friend. Or so we thought. Because just like life, the scenes in the African plains are also very unpredictable, especially when someone is coming your way to share your food. Or better yet, steal it away from you. Nothing will surely make you eat your food faster than someone trying to take it away from you. Okay, now, we get it. Some big cats would probably love to play with their food first, but what about the other wild cats? Do they have the same way of thinking? Let's take a look at this one, shall we? When a leopard, for instance, picks up its prey, in this case, a baby impala, and takes it into its mouth, we would assume that it's game over already. Mission accomplished. But a big no. Surely our dear friend, leopard, would want to first stand guard over his newly found friend, at some point giving it a bump with its sharp claws and offering some quick little chase. But even if the impala's worried parents try to help, they know that there's no other way for their poor baby. Later, playtime is over, and the leopard is now looking for a really nice spot to eat his very delicious meal. Now, let's have another thing to talk about. What about those times that baby animals don't end up in their predator's stomach? Does that ever happen? Well, here's an example. Wildebeests give birth to calves in a super small window, meaning for a few weeks, the plains are littered with defenseless babies. It's also during this time that the big cats of South Africa are looking for some meals they can find in the wild. That's why when a lioness charges at a wildebeest mother and its baby, our poor mother here needs to choose quickly, either to run for her life or for her baby's life. But just like any other parent would do, this responsible parent ran like hell. But it's not the end of our story here. Hang in there, because it just gets more interesting. Because instead of acting terrified like normal prey will do, the calf surprisingly began pawing who it assumed to be its mother. And because of this confusion from the lioness, it became hesitant as well and did something very strange. The lioness began to nurture the young calf. It seems like what happened is that the wildebeest had imprinted on the lioness subconsciously its maternal instinct, rather than its killer one. It turns out that many wildlife scientists have been studying this scenario for quite a while now. Amazingly, they found out some strange, interesting things. To begin with, it says that it really depends on the age of the predator. According to researchers, the older, more experienced big cats would likely not waste time killing their target, and would love to eat it as quickly and efficiently as it could. And the younger the predator is, the more tendencies there are to play with their food first before divulging into it. What can we do? Playtime is indeed for the young, and the young at heart. But the most surprising of all is when either older or younger cats set aside their killer instincts and instead choose to use their parental skills for their prey. Most of the time, this happens when their prey don't act normally. Normally, the usual behavior of an animal that is about to be eaten is to run as fast as they possibly can, running for their life as they know it. But the moment they stop and face their attacker head-on and start to lick it affectionately, then that's another thing, dude. Surely, the predator will be caught off guard for this weird behavior. These strange acts will surely confuse our dear, hungry predators. But there's one even darker theory that makes the big cats of this world somehow meaner than usual. Researchers believe that there are particular instances where big cats don't immediately kill their prey, but it doesn't seem that they will be taking care of their prey. Rather, they could actually be setting up something much bigger.
Normally, when this happens, most big cats would be like, "Great, I got some leftovers for tomorrow's lunch."
Say, for example, a leopard that is catching a baby baboon, but instead of immediately killing it, takes it back to its tree to set up his ultimate trap. In order to call for help, the baby baboon will surely cry and call for its parents, that will surely do something to rescue their baby, and this is exactly what the leopard is hoping and planning for. In the end, the leopard just actually used the baby baboon as its bait, in order to catch some even larger monkeys instead. Talk about being wise. Alright, what do you think about these eating habits? I mean, how these vicious predators hunt for their meek prey. Thank you so much for watching. And don't forget to click the like button and to subscribe to our channel. And while you're here, go out and check our other videos. Please check our other videos.